Do your energy levels suck as a young man? This is Coach JMO, and we're going to go over some ways to make your energy levels come back. Now, if you're smoking what you shouldn't be smoking, drinking what you shouldn't be drinking, snorting what you shouldn't be snorting, you're going to have some problems, first and foremost. So as a disclaimer here, you have to do your own shit. You have to figure it out for yourself. I can't tell you what to do. I can just give you opinions and different research and help you figure out what steps to take next. But as a human being, you need to make those decisions yourself, and that is on you. Now, what I can do is yell at you if you do something wrong. And of course, I will continue to do that in the videos. And if you're doing something that's just stupid, that just doesn't make any sense, that is not good for you, you're gonna be sure to know about it. First things first, if your energy levels are all out of whack, make sure you aren't taking crappy food all day. You aren't taking in all these processed junky foods. You're taking in the chips, the Doritos, the processed Entenmann's cakes, the little Debbie snacks. Who the hell? You're not 12 anymore. Get real food, first and foremost. This is so overlooked. So many men are just hyped up on energy drinks, hyped up on caffeine, and they don't understand why they have to take these drinks every single day, because without them, they feel like garbage. It's because their body has been put through the ringer day in and day out. They're not getting nutrition. They're living off of supplements from sketchy stores. They're living off of protein shakes, maybe if they're lucky, and they're living off garbage food that you get from gas stations. Some men aren't like this. Some men actually do eat pretty well. Some men cook their own food, but you need to make sure that you're getting quality food and you're getting enough of it. You're going to want to prioritize good, clean, quality food. So that doesn't mean fancy restaurants. That doesn't mean food doused in seed oils that's just going to wreak havoc on your body and send your inflammation markers through the roof. Next thing you can do in order to make sure your energy's optimized is to get your blood levels checked. Now, when you're looking for energy levels specifically, what you want to get checked is going to be your testosterone, your estrogen, right? I know, surprising, right? Your free testosterone, your sex hormone binding globulin, your vitamin D, your magnesium, and your zinc. Take a look at these levels. Take a look at the blood tests. See what they say. If any of these are super out of whack or super low, now if you have a question on what might be low or might not be good for you, post it in the Aphro-D Nation Facebook group. It's free to join. If you post it in this group, one of our coaches will take a look at it and they can help figure out what might be needed, or even better, talk to your doctor. And if your doctor is a good doctor, that's the best. If you have an awesome doctor, they will help you and they will give you the right steps in order to improve your health through your biomarkers. Now, if you don't have an awesome doctor, you don't even have access to a doctor, of course, there's the free Aphro-D Nation where we will try to help to our best ability and make sure that we support each other mentally, physically, and emotionally. But for the most part, get your blood levels tested. Just get your blood levels tested. Just get a baseline. If anything's out of whack, there's a good sign that that is probably something that could be affecting your energy levels. Here's the third thing. For 7 days, cut out all of the stimulating foods, stimulating beverages, stimulating drugs of choice. Unless you're prescribed something and you're taking it medically that you need to take, cut it out. Cut out the energy drinks, cut out the coffee, cut out things that are not good for you, like the vapes. Just see what it's like. Just go a couple days without it. You don't have to do this the rest of your life, but just try to live a few days without those vices and see what happens. See how your body reacts to that. And it's going to feel like ass. It's going to feel terrible for the most part. Some people get lucky and their body's fine. You can just stop things cold turkey and you're good to go. But if you're a true man or woman who really wants to get some energy levels, cut out those vices and just see what happens. Just try a few days. Just go one weekend without doing those vices and see how different you feel. See how different your sleep is. Now, for number 4, as I just hinted to earlier, sleep. Sleep is going to be crucial for energy levels. When you think, oh, I'm too tired, you probably think I haven't slept enough. Now, sleep is super important, and is something that there are hundreds of videos, thousands of videos on YouTube about just how to get better sleep in general. So what you can do to improve your sleep is make sure that you're covering your eyes in some way or covering the light from your room. Now, what does that entail? Closing the windows, making sure that there's not a bunch of light coming into your room at night and that you can see that light while your eyes are closed, while your eyelids are closed. You want to be able to sleep in a dark environment. Why is this so important? Well, sunlight is going to be your best bet for good sleep. What does that mean? You need to go outside in the morning and go outside at night. This is something that Dr. Andrew Huberman has spoken about many times. Other people like Dr. Matt Walker, sleep experts, have spoken about this simple, free technique that just involves you going outside. I personally notice if I get up and I don't go outside first thing in the morning, or at least a few hours into the morning, I get a headache, and I never get headaches. So this is something that is very powerful, and my body gets pissed when I don't get my morning sunlight in. So make sure you go outside and get sunlight in the morning. Get sunlight into your eyes. You don't have to stare into the sun. Just look outside, look in the sunlight. Even if it's a cloudy day, even if it's raining, you need some kind of sunlight in your eyes. Same thing at night. If you're staying up late, if you're going out late, make sure you view a sunset. At least you can also make sure that before you go to bed, you turn off all your lights. Now, nothing wrong with staying up late. Nothing wrong with going out and socializing and viewing blue lights. Blue lights will keep you awake. And when you're going out, you want to keep awake. So the important part here is to view sunset and to also not view any lights right before bed, to make sure that your eyelids don't have any light in them when you're closing them. That's super simple. You can do other things like taking magnesium, doing breath work, taking certain prescription drugs even, but those aren't going to be nearly as effective as the fundamentals, which is going to be taking care of your body and taking care of your eyes and taking care of the cones in your eyes that absorb the sunlight. So that is tip number 4, is get good sleep. View the sunlight in the morning and at night. The last thing that's going to be very polarizing, it's going to be very dangerous to speak about, but I like speaking about dangerous things, is to cut out the alcohol. Cutting out the alcohol is going to do wonders for your sleep. How hard is this for most people? Obviously, for social reasons, it's extremely hard. Mentally, people use alcohol to help fall asleep. They think if I take alcohol, I'm going to sleep better. I'm going to take alcohol before bed, and it's going to allow me to have a easier time getting to sleep. Now, that may be true, but your sleep is greatly impacted negatively from consuming alcohol before bed, especially because it affects the sleep stages. It affects your REM sleep. It affects the quality of your sleep, which in turn makes you tired the next day and possibly the next days after that. So that's why hangovers feel a little bit harder when you're in your late 30s. When you're younger, eating all the processed food, drinking terrible drinks, you are still going to have decent energy. You may have some health issues. It might be bad, but at least you can pull it off now. But when you're in your 20s and getting into your 30s, that is not going to cut it anymore. Your body is going to hate that and it's going to reject that. You're going to have to pay back all the time you spent in your teens and early 20s being able to take advantage of that ability. As a man or woman, decide what's most important to you. And if you want to continue to be tired, then that's your own verdict. That's your own life. Figure it out on your own. But if you want to take steps in action towards optimizing your sleep, optimizing your hormones, optimizing your diet, your nutrition, your exercise, cutting out things that aren't serving you, then that is where you can naturally improve your sleep and naturally improve your entire well-being and your energy levels throughout the entire day.